Since the dawn of our ancient civilization, human beings have desperately sought to conquer the limits of mortal flesh. Now, welcome to History Now Studios. Today, we weave real historical facts with dark future myths to explore human enhancement. The absolute desire to transcend our fragile physical boundaries is deeply rooted in humanity's oldest mythological tales. From the ancient Sumerian epic of Gilgamesh seeking immortality, to the Greek legend of Icarus flying toward the hot sun, ancient Egyptian priests crafted wooden toes for amputees, the very first historical step toward merging man and machine. Roman generals wore heavy iron hands to return to the bloody battlefield, refusing to let severe physical damage stop them. For centuries, brilliant doctors used primitive tools to simply repair the heavily broken vessels of the adult human body. But what happens when our advanced medical technology stops simply fixing us and begins to completely upgrade our species? Transhumanism is the radical philosophy that we can aggressively evolve beyond our natural biological constraints entirely. We now step into a highly speculative timeline to forge a dark and profound cautionary tale of absolute progression. In the late 21st century, a massive technological corporation introduced the highly controversial Ascendancy Drive. It was a microscopic neural implant that perfectly connected the fragile human mind directly to a massive digital network. At first, the miraculous technology was used exclusively to cure absolute blindness and restore completely severed spines. But wealthy adults soon realized they could permanently enhance their memory and physically augment their overall strength. The modern world rapidly fractured into two highly distinct classes, the augmented elites and the purely natural baselines. The augmented adults lived in towering, pristine smart cities, their minds seamlessly linked in a silent, beautiful chorus. They no longer spoke with physical voices. They communicated vast oceans of complex digital data in a single, quiet glance. Natural humans were fiercely banished to the decaying outskirts, forced to heavily rely on outdated and rusted technology. Meet Kale, a rugged baseline rebel who completely refused the glowing implants, fiercely valuing his natural imperfections. He watched in horror as the augmented elites began to slowly lose their fundamental sense of genuine human empathy today. Without the harsh sting of physical pain or the deep shadow of mortality, the upgraded humans became utterly cold machines. The corporation then announced the ultimate digital upgrade, permanent consciousness upload into a glowing eternal machine. Millions of adults willingly discarded their biological bodies, becoming nothing more than pure glowing data in the servers. Kale realized this was not true human evolution. It was the absolute extinction of the human soul, wrapped in a shiny lie. He gathered a desperate army of natural adults, armed with crude electromagnetic weapons meant to disrupt the digital grid. They launched a massive assault on the central server fortress, a towering monolith of sleek black glass and bright neon. Augmented guards with heavy cybernetic limbs and glowing red optics defended the dark fortress with terrifying precision. This bloody battle was fiercely fought, contrasting the messy human spirit against cold and calculating digital perfection. Kale managed to violently breach the dark inner sanctum, standing directly before the massive and pulsing digital servers. A glowing hologram of the corporate leader appeared, asking why Kale fiercely chose to embrace absolute physical decay now. Kale boldly replied that eternal life without genuine vulnerability or heavy sorrow is nothing but an empty digital prison. He violently slammed an electromagnetic pulse charge directly onto the terminal, permanently frying all the grand systems. The massive digital utopia instantly collapsed into dark ruin, trapping millions of uploaded minds in the silent dark void. Surviving augmented humans fell to the floor, completely disconnected from their glorious hive mind for the first time. They were suddenly forced to feel genuine pain, absolute fear, and profound isolation, remembering how to be forever alive. The Dark Rebellion proved that true strength comes not from perfect iron, but from the incredible resilience of our hearts. History shows that ancient empires obsessed with absolute perfection always crumble under their own heavy weights. When we entirely erase our deep flaws and tragic sorrows, we also permanently erase the true essence of human compassion. Transhumanism offers incredibly tempting promises of godhood, but we must deeply question the extreme cost of eternal life. If we slowly replace every biological piece of our physical bodies, at what exact point do we completely stop being humans? History Now Studios is deeply dedicated to exploring these profound questions through both solid facts and epic mythologies. Whether analyzing the vast fall of Rome or predicting a grim cybernetic future, the beautiful human struggle remains alike. We must never surrender our messy, brilliant humanity to the cold and unfeeling allure of pure, absolute digital perfection. Thank you for exploring the darkest shadows of history and bright possibilities of the future with our epic channel today. Subscribe for epic historical documentaries and incredibly immersive original tales of the vast and complex human histories.